Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. It's Diesel Mac, and I got a bunch of stuff in the mail over the last week, and it's time to make the video to show everybody what I got and what I need to be putting on to the website. I also have some website updates that I'll talk about kind of throughout this. As you see, there's not a box in front of us. I had a little bit of mix-up, unfortunately, so I just want to make sure that the stuff I got was coming. I still have another box that was shipped to an old address, so that's kind of why this was there. I want to make sure what was shipped to an old address was, what I was receiving, because I'm trying to communicate with them to make sure that everything is coming in. There's actually a total of 4 boxes, so I've gotten 2 so far. You saw one of them in the last video. That was the mystery box from Chuck Shelton. 4 boxes, which I should have picked up by the second one, or maybe the first one. So it's definitely part of my fault. I know I'd received packages from him before, so I didn't look at it that closely, and assumed that he had my updated address from 4 years ago. But I think we're getting it straightened out. So I got 2 more. I think they might combine the last box. The other one was kind of small. I think it's 1 car or something like that. And so hopefully I'll get that soon. But nonetheless, I already pulled these out, but I want to show you guys what I got. So this was several weeks ago that I would have gotten these. But like I said, they went to a house in Maryland. So let's see what we got here. We'll open up these little baggies. And I have a bunch of Lickety Sixes. Mexico and French versions, and this is my first US version, so this is in good shape, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But I didn't even realize I didn't have one of those when I was watching the auction, and then pulled it up and ended up winning. So first US Lickety Six, pretty cool. I'm not sure why I was bidding on these particular cars, but I think this is I'm pretty sure this is the lighter gold on the Z-Wiz there for the gold chromes, and it's got a little paint scratch up there, tempo wear up there on the top, but it was really for the other one that I got within this. So we'll see what shape it's in. But we'll compare them to the ones. I don't have all the light and dark ones. This was in good shape. I think my Jaguar just wasn't in this good a shape. And this is a US one. There's a bunch of Mexico versions that are brown. But I went ahead and snagged this. I think this is going to be an upgrade to the one that I have. This is one that I didn't have at all. Here is an early Mercedes-Benz C111 with the red lines and a metal base. And I was doing some research on the Meebee Toys, and this is you could get a Meebee Toys Mercedes, and if you look on the package, I think it still has the enamel from the 73 line. Mercedes on there. It doesn't have any tampos, so either there's a prototype on the box or they use one from the 73 enamel cars, which is kind of cool. Just a little tidbit. I think somebody was asking me about some of the Meebee toys and what the differences were, and I don't think there's really any differences. I just think they shipped them over to be sold in the European market or something like that, or Italian market. Pretty nice 63 split window with white hubs. So there's that. I think that's an upgrade. I'd say this is one of the cooler pieces that I got from the night. This is a Mexico large charge, and this is a variation with the yellow writing or the purple 200 miles per hour there. It's kind of hard to see. See if I can get some light on it. But they also come reversed, where you'll have the purple writing and the yellow lightning and yellow. So there's both, I have both variations now. I'll be able to get this onto the website, and you guys can see the differences on there. Here's a nice example of a hot bird. I'm not even sure. I think, oh, this one has a size difference on the bird, on the hood there. And so when I was looking at my information, this is the smaller bird. There's a little bit more room on the hood. Usually it takes up more room, and so I didn't have that variation. So there's that one I can add. I'll try to get a picture of both hood sizes for you guys on there as well. Gosh, she's gonna pull out. There we go. Impulse buy. But this thing is awesome. Look at that. Blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. So went ahead and snagged this hot heat. And that is my first one for the red lines there. Spectre Flame colors, I don't buy those too often, but that one, I don't know, something just said go ahead and get it. And it's in super nice shape. It has a lot of stuff that comes from Chucks, especially the red lines. They take out like the best red lines. I'm not even sure where they get them all from. Or they rip them all or something. Here is a 31 doozy. Looks like the light green and the Cove there. This is the Hong Kong version. There is a yellow and a Malaysia base and a no base, and one's with and without the name. So kind of a few different, variations you can grab on that one. One of the Super Chromes I was missing was this basic wheel Corvette Stingray. So there's an example of it. This was a duck race win, and I wasn't able to stay and watch the whole auction that night. And so, come to find out, I won a little treasure hunt from the early 2000s. It's like 2004. So. Alright, this is the one I've bidden on. This is in better shape than mine for sure. And this is the light gold, although it seemed like get dark all of a sudden. Let's see if we can get some more light here in front of us. There we go. So, but super good shape. Both of these, this one and the Z-Wiz, kind of came together as a pair. And so, smoking deal, but that is in really great shape, and we'll get that onto the website. I don't know what it is about these cars. They're just straight up like Mattel. I don't know how you want to say it, like classic Hot Wheels for me from the 80s. The Baja Bruiser. And this thing's in really good shape. So this is an upgrade to the one I have, I'm sure, as I'm pretty sure mine roll bar up there has some chippies. It's got a little bit of chippy there, but this is in good shape. Good tampos and everything. This was another duck race win. Which I don't know that I've won while I've watched. I think I've only won when I'm not watching. So maybe I should just not watch. But 57 T-Bird Treasure Hunt from 2000. Alright. Here's one that was surprised I was surprised that I didn't have a variation of the red Corvette Stingray with the ribbon tampo, and I think I still need the red line version of it, but I even got the tough gray one before I got just the regular early release red one there. So super good example. We got some treasure hunts here that we're going for fairly cheap. Man, my voice is all like nasally and stuff. I don't know what's going on there. So here is a Pontiac GTO treasure hunt from 2005. Need a place to throw all this trash. Here, get this off of here real quick. Get some boxes from last time. All right. This was, let's see if we can make a little bit more room. Maybe we can open these in front of the camera instead of up at the top. These are the new cases. Chuck really likes them. I think they're pretty nice too. It's nice that you could set them in there. Look at that, $5. I mean, you can't beat vintage, really good cards. I mean, it's an unpunched card. For $5, couldn't pass it up. So that will probably stay in the package. I got a couple of these battle tanks, and yeah, we'll add that package to the website. Got some more trash over here on the left. Oh, don't let my rock buster drop. All right. What we got next? Another treasure hunt, relatively cheap. Back before the supers time. So these are just regular treasure hunts, but these do have real riders. $10 treasure hunt from 2004. Go ahead and a little closer. This is Altered State. Pretty cool. I don't think I have that one at all. I don't have this either. Some of this newer stuff I don't have a lot of. I say newer. This is probably 2002. So 23 years. I call it older or newer stuff. $8 treasure hunt for the tail dragger. Another one I didn't have. Pretty nice little treasure hunt there. This one was $7. What's this one called? Oh, the name's covering it. Take that off. Asphalt Assault from 2005. Oh, I thought that was kind of cool. And for $7, why not? Got some Ling 6 spokes on there. Another classic car here. '71 Plymouth GTX, which many of you know my favorite is the '70 Plymouth Roadrunner. GTX is basically the same as a Roadrunner, just a higher end trim level. So when you can't get, or you've got all of the 70s, you go for the 71. No, I'm just kidding, this is a cool car. And it's in blue, again, one of my favorite colors, blue and black, both my favorite colors. So can't go wrong there. And another super awesome police cruiser here on an unpunched card. There's a couple different bases to this from the time. So here you can see this one is patented US and Canada. See the little bar next to patented. So there's a couple variations of that patent information. You see this one doesn't have the name on there anymore. So this would have came out a little later. As obviously the closed hood and blue light at the top denotes. So some of them, early ones came with the name, and then since they used it for the fire chief, they took that off of there, and yeah, and they were able to get the patent. So a couple base variations if you're looking, this is one of your cars you like, so that you could get on those. All right, so that was the stuff from Chuck. And like I said, I got another box coming, and that one has some really awesome stuff in it as well. All right, what should we do next? I believe this is a oh no, this is an auction from the same space. Toy Car Headquarters. First time I watched his auctions. I didn't get a whole lot, obviously. But I did grab a couple of things here. Or maybe just one thing if I remember right. And it will be an upgrade to the one that I have, which is fairly nice, but not like this. Check this out. Here is GMC Motorhome with the red lines. This is a 6-pack only vehicle, so fairly scarce. You see, look at the base here. So everything's looking pretty legit. Sometimes they'll pull these wheels off of another one, put them on there. So you gotta be very careful with these, but I felt like this was a reputable buyer, and it's on the channel with Chuck, so I don't think there would be anything going on with that. And so I went ahead and snagged this. My other one has, I think it's on this side, it's like the windows that busted in or something like that, so the window's cracked. I think it's what, but this is a much, obviously, nicer. There's glasses in good shape. Got, you know, this is all probably from factory, just the paint not sticking on the metal there. But awesome piece. So first transaction with Dave, excellent deal. Fun watching his auctions as well, and that's on the Toy Car Headquarters. Let's see, what should we do next? This is an eBay find. Bidding on a couple of different vehicles from this seller. Ended up only getting the one. That's all right. I feel like there are more of them coming out, or more coming into circulation here in the US, so I'll be able to hopefully get a chance at one again. And it just so happens to be another GMC Motorhome. This one from India, as you can kind of probably tell from the back of the barrel. Way off. I should probably open the cars in the view. See if I can back this up just a little bit. Get a little bit more camera space here. There we go. Maybe that'll help keep us in there. Super yellowed protector, but that's all right, because this is probably going to get opened up here. Variation I didn't have is purple with the little cross there and the white stripe. There's, I think, 30 or 40 different variations of the Leo GMC Motorhome. So I got a bunch of them on the website already, but I think there's more than what I have on there. So I got some research to do and get those on there for you guys. Can't remember if this one came from eBay or or Facebook. I've been buying from him from both places. I think this is a Facebook one. I can't remember though. We'll see when it opens up. I don't remember what's in here. This is from Jason. I'm sure you've heard me say his name quite a bit in the last couple of videos. Been buying stuff from him. My Sheriff Patrol or police cruiser, Sheriff Patrol, Highway Patrol, or whatever you want to call it, came in from him. So that was from eBay. All right. So here is, let's see what we can do with this. There we go. Oh yeah, these are from Facebook. So this is a Mexico Torino Stalker. Why is my light so dark? Goodness. Move my lights again. There we go. Maybe that'll work. So you can see that from the base. So made in Mexico down there. This is the tinted window. So I have a blue tinted window, and this is just the dark tinted, so there's both variations of that. It's another Mexico variation off the list. Here is a upgraded Chevy Citation, red interior with the black BP tampo on it. I needed a red without the tampo, and I need a black interior with the tampo. Got a stuck wheel there. Let's see if we can, there we go. Here's my first Mexico fat fendered 40. This one in the, man, this coloring or lighting is like terrible today. I don't know what's going on. Is there something I can do here to make this a little bit better so you guys can see? But you can kind of see some of the metal flake in it. And then of course this is the basic wheel version. There's a white wall version, but there's also kind of a more non-metal flake paint that you can get on these too, I think. So I'll be adding that. And I think I got to add all the variations. I don't think I have any Mexico variations on the website. All right, I think this is the last one here. I think this is the fourth one. I think that was all that I got. And this is just a regular US release. This is Hong Kong base with the patent in Canada. But this is upgraded to the one I have, I'm pretty sure. So there we go. There's 4 cars from Jason. Again, that was from Facebook. I think it was he put them up for sale on the Black Walls page or something like that. And so reached out and made a deal. So some awesome cars there. Super happy about the fat fendered 40. Plus it's in really good shape. All right, let's see what we're gonna do next. I got several boxes here. Oh, I forgot about these. These came with the stuff from Chuck as well. Guess we can kind of open these up. Hoping it slide out of there, but I guess not. Nobody was bidding on these. I felt like, you know, kind of different, a little bit bigger, obviously, than a regular Hot Wheels car, 1/64 scale. But there's that one. What is this? Let's see if they have the names on there. It's Ford Fiesta for that one. But like I said, nobody was really bidding on these, and I figured to have a couple for an example, so that later on, if we add these to the website as a Mattel Maybe Toys thing, then we could, you know, have a couple of them to put on there. goodness, can't get that off. There we go. Oh, it does not want to go. We'll just rip. This one is, what did I say? Alfetta? Is that what that says? Alfetta. 76 Alfetta. I don't know my European cards that well. Italy cards, I guess, maybe. Alfetta. But 143 scale. So there's that one. I think I bought two, and Ben obviously wrote one of them to me. What we got here? This is a Renault. A 69 Renault R5. So there's all three of those. Like I said, kind of cool. Got them just to be examples. This wasn't the research that I was necessarily doing, though. For the Maybe Toys, I was doing the 1/64 scale cars that you could get in the box, like the Japanese cars. So I don't know anything about these things. I don't know if they're worth anything. I did, when I was looking at Maybe Toys on eBay, there were some of those that had sold, because I went on the sold side too. And a couple $100 for a couple of them. I don't know if any of those are there. Probably not. But so some of them were worth some money. All right, this is from Pete. Second recent deal. Dang, is my knife going dull on this one too? Goodness, he's got this thing taped up good. My knife doesn't even want to slide in there. There we go. Something stopped. Maybe I was in the middle of the box of the cardboard or whatever. Got some strong tape. There we go. What we got from Pete? Working on Mexico and France and India stuff, mostly Mexico and France. So I think we got a couple extras, well, not necessarily extras, got a couple cars from those from him, is what I remember, right? Oh, I know what this one is though. This is not a Mexico piece. So it was kind of crazy. Here is a teetotaler with red lines. Another 6-pack. Came in the same 6-pack as this, if I remember right. Maybe. But it was kind of crazy to get 2 6-pack only cars within like 2 days. This thing is in really good shape too. Look at that. So, super nice example. We'll get that up on MVP Hot Wheels as well. I forgot about that. So another tough red line off the list. All right, check this out. Another red line. This one, the 55 Nomad, or Live 55. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe I didn't get any France or Mexico cards. I thought I did. I got 2 red lines there. There we go. Check that out. Although I think this is the international one. I don't think this is the Mexico one. So here you got France on the base. But check that. Fairly sweet piece there. Z-Wiz. Alright. And the last one. There we go. Got the Show Haas 2. This one with the medium rear wheels. I think there's a large rear wheel variation. And then kind of hard to tell, but it's kind of a opaque. Dang, the lighting is terrible. What the heck is going on? There you go. Now you can kind of see it, like an opaque tinted interior roll bar there. To see if that's any different than the one that I have. I don't think mine has that. I think mine has black interior, or black roll bar, or whatever you want to call it. But super sweet piece. If it's exactly the same, I may have something up for trade, but I think there's some base variations on this. So this has no names over here, where you see Top Eliminator and Show Hoss. This does obviously have the France on there, but there's also bases that have Made in France with all the names and the Hot Wheels and everything on there, which obviously this doesn't have all that stuff on there. So I'll check it against mine. All right, what do we have next? I got three more boxes, and they're all larger. Let's see. Let's make some space here. Take down some treasure hunts. Let's do. Might have to scoot back even more. This is a fairly sizable box. The camera can't go up anymore unless I raise it up. But bump the camera a bunch of times. There's the very bottom of that box here. There we go. So you can see, fairly sizable. Let's see if we can find the best way to open this up. Looks like over here. I guess you guys can listen to the tape getting opened. Let's see here. Put it here. Of course, you can't see me cutting on the right side now, but that's all right. All right. Whoa. What car is that? Oh, it's American Victory. Car down, car down. Several different box variations of this. Man, I am bumping everything now. And check that one out. So, fairly sizable. There we go. Whole thing in view. Got some pretty cool cars on there for our Testarossa, Mercedes-Benz, 80s Camaro, 80s Firebird, and looks like a BMW M1 down there. It probably would have been called the Street Beast, although that doesn't look like the one that came out later. That looks like a tattoo series without any tampos. Here's another look at the front. Some little picture of kids in the plane. But that is another variation of that box. And so went ahead and snagged it. It was kind of cheaper. All right. Now that my thing's all crooked here, I kind of wish. Let's see here. Let's bring this up a little bit too. Check that out. Boom. Now I got a little bit more room. What do I do with my knife? There it is. All right, this one came from Canada. This was on Facebook from Phil. And if you're gonna get a series of cars, it's easier just to get the whole series and get a good deal on the whole set than it is just kind of piece it out. So all the way from Canada, from Phil, we have what's in this box. Pretty stoked about it. Lots of stuff there. All right. So here, let's see how far I can go back with the box. Here, we'll move the box. Put it on the chair here next to me, and we'll pull them out. Isn't that awesome? I mean, this is just, I'm just kidding. All right. check this out. So they're not all in package. You can tape this up to sir, but I think I have. Pretty sure there might be some variations out there, but we got the Scorchers. You can see here the Fire Chief. Obviously, pretty cool little package. Decently, it's not too bad. But I think I have the whole set. Anybody that has these, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But let's start opening these up. Oh man, he's got like hard tape on these. Let's see here. Can I open the end and get it out? He has these wrapped up. Goodness. What layer is it in? There. Man, we're gonna have a mess. I apologize. I don't know the names of all of these. So I'll have to add that. And get these on the website to get the names too. And do the research for that. But there's, man, that was just the second one. This is gonna be a tedious process because they're all that way. Look at this. Hopefully they're not all as hard to open. Am I getting lucky and just found all the red cars? There we go. That wasn't as bad. There we go. So there's both variations of that one. Let's see. What I will say about some of these cars is these castings, when you saw, if you pay attention, like the 55 Chevy and how it went from having an 82 base to a 78 base, it's because of some of these you can see here. We got the Mustang Cobra. So they went back and I guess decided that the patent for that particular casting went back to when these were made. And so they got earlier years on there. So it took me a little bit to figure that 55 Chevy out. And then there's a couple other that were, I think, the same way as well. There we go. The Porsche 928, I think, is the other one that had a later base date, and then all of a sudden it just kind of changed. Which, when you're putting the info in online, like I have it on the website, you start to see that change, and then you go back and be like, all right, well, why did they change it? So I'll bring all these, do a little closer look after I get all of them open. My fingers make it. El Camino. All right, I guess we talked about the website too while I'm opening all these. So, confirmed, new developer is going to take over. And his firm is excited about it as well. Firm, I don't know if you call it a firm, but his company that he works for, he's going to do it. I'm going to contract him, and then he's going to subcontract the stuff that he knows some of his colleagues that he works with are better at, to save the time. And the company seems to be excited about it. He's excited about it, and of course I'm excited. And so hopefully we can get some traction. I have lots of ideas to improve the locator side of it. Hopefully we can start looking at creating the app portion. I know a lot of you have asked about the app, so to get it converted into the app and make it accessible on iPhone and Android applications, there's some hoops to kind of go through and stuff like that. So, but I know that's high on my list for you guys. Of course, myself included, I wouldn't mind to see it in an app too. That'll help with the notification part of it. When we get the auction house going, I think we're going to do a simple early auction house, and then we'll start adding features as we start getting some cars on there, some sales and whatnot. Another Mustang Cobra, or Mercury Capri as the side says there. So hopefully this upcoming week I'll have some more news about it. We'll have kind of a contract in place. We'll see which direction we go first. I kind of want to get some of the low-hanging fruit on how the locator side looks. I got some ideas for that. I want to kind of do some nesting type stuff on there where you can expand out. So say you do a search for, say, the Scorchers, and there's obviously a couple of variations of each one. It'll just show one, and if that's the Scorcher variation you're looking for, it'll open up and show you the different ones, or Scorcher casting, sorry. And you can open that up and see both variations in this case of the El Camino or something like that. But that way, some cars have a bunch of variations on there, and if that's not even the car you're looking at or the casting you're looking for, then you want to be able to move fast through all that stuff, all those cars, especially if you're walking around at an antique store or flea market or convention, right? You want to kind of just get to the car as fast as possible, kind of see if you have it or don't have it, or whatever the case is, or hopefully in the future to see what the value is. And so we're trying to make that as streamlined as possible. So I've got some ideas on how to do that, and I think that's going to be super helpful and more user friendly. I think we're going to add some color choices for you guys, so like a light or dark background setting on it. So these are things that we can, doesn't really change how all the stuff functions. It's just kind of the colors that go along with it. So there'll be a dark mode and a light mode. A lot of your Microsoft products have already kind of gone to that. I know, like, all my stuff at work, I have it all in dark mode. So my Microsoft Access Excel and Outlook and all that kind of stuff is in dark mode. You can change your what's it called, browser. Some of those have dark mode as well, but anyways, so the idea is we'll try to provide something like that, so if you're one that is on the website or even on your phone on the website, that you'll have to be, you can choose from a light and dark theme kind of setup, whatever you prefer. So stuff like that, which is, like, simple to put together, and then once it's set, you can just click what you want. Just have it in a place where you can find it easily, probably in your user settings or something. All There's the 928 right there. Some of these are fairly tough to get. I don't know the particulars. I know the Porsche's ones are obviously sought after, just as a you know, because they're Porsche basically, just like if it was a Ferrari one. So, but I don't have a whole lot of info on these. I just know that they kind of popped up out of nowhere, and like I said, when you get a whole set together, it's just cheaper to get all of them. These are all in fairly decent condition. Little tampo rubs here and there, but other than that, the paint looks pretty good. I don't see any major chips, any play wear or stuff like that. And that's kind of Phil's style. He likes nicer stuff, so he usually gets them in that condition. And he has one heck of a Ford Escort collection, if that's your thing. He's got some that I'm kind of jelly of, especially the later Leo ones. There's a silver one. I'm almost certain he has maybe a couple of them. Maybe I can convince him to let go of one if he has a couple of them. With razor wheels, that one being my favorite wheels. That's high on the list to obtain. All right, looks like that one. I think we're almost to the end here. Man, got a couple more, hold on. Happy to have them, my fingers are getting tired. And I still have one more box. Oh, that box won't take as long. So we'll go through these. There we go. And then we'll open up the last box. There's the other one like that. Getting to the end. How many more can there be? Here's the other 55 Chevy. There we go. Goodness, I got a mess to clean up. We talked about making the guide system, so I'll make some pre-set up guides of some stuff that I have all the pictures on. Here's the other Porsche. And then we will open it up, and then like I said, I'm trying to get all the cars onto the website so that there's pictures for all of them. Nobody wants a guide that doesn't have any pictures. All right, that is it. So we'll go through these real quick. So I'll create guides where I know I have all of the pictures on there and variations and whatnot. And if we find more variations throughout the process of opening this up more to the public, we'll do our research and get them added. Just trying to pick up some trash off the floor. Goodness. There we go. All right, let's look at these just a little bit closer here. All right, both 55 Chevys here. So there's that one and the yellow one. You don't see this yellow one very often, I know that. So that's probably the tougher one of the two. I think I have the plum one or magenta, whatever. Mercury Capri or Mustang Cobra. Pretty similar cars. So there's one variation. What do I do with the other one? Here it is. This one, Cool Capri. So there's both of those. Not sure what the name of this one is. Let's see, do they have anything on the base? Scorchers. Can't read through the lens. Hong Kong, Mattel, 1978. So there's where that 1978 base info comes from. So that one, White with Flames. And Sand Drifter. So maybe that's what it's called. Who knows? But I'll get the names up on the website. We got the Camaro. And gray and brown. So classic 78, 79 colors on that. Both of these here. Got some cool flames. And some racing deco on the Dodge. So maybe like the Murata almost. That one's got a little play in it. Let's see. No idea what the name of this is. Got a name on it. Quick Lightning is what the front says. There's the other one. Magnum. And then another with the racing theme. Oh, did I do these backwards? Oh, I did. This one goes with this. These two. Nope. These two go together. Goodness. So there's both variations of that one. Here are both variations of that one. All right. Now, we got both of these. No names. Porsche 928. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before, so I know this was tough. So I can only imagine what that one is like to find, especially in good shape. Some El Caminos with camper tops on them. Scorchers Trucking Company and El Camino. Both vans. Vandemonium. Seen the yellow one. I think I have the yellow one. I don't think I see the green come up too often on these. And the one in package. And the police deco. Let's see here. Any name on this? Oh, here we go. There's some names. So, Blackbird, White Thunder, El Camino Real, Chevy Light, Time Bender 55, Super Chevy, Magnum Fever, Magnum XE, Zappin 28, Cooking Camaro, so those both Camaros, although both 55 Chevys are balling. Quick Lightning, Vandemonium, Good Looker, Cool Capri, Capri Turbo, Police Chief Car, and Fire Chief Car. So there's all the names. Can we match up the names? So obviously, let's see. These two are the Magnum, Fever and XE. Camaros, Quick Camaro and Zappin Z28. That one's easy. Quick Lightning and Time Bender. I don't see anything like that. So we'll have to match them up. And like I said, I'll get them on the website. I'll add their names correctly. They'll be searchable by that. And if they have a casting, like I'll compare this one to the Mustang Cobra. It's probably similar, but if it's not the same, I'll leave it as the Capri. Obviously, this is definitely going to go in the beginning of the 55 Chevy ones. Same thing with these Camaros and the Porsche 928s. So there we go. There's, I think, the whole set. And I am super stoked to get all that in one shot. It makes it so much easier. Which I pretty much also bought another almost full set, and that is on its way, but I don't know that I'm opening that up yet. And I'll just go ahead and tell you what it is. It's the maybe Speed Racer stuff. So I never got really big into the Speed Racer, but somebody had the whole set. Well, almost the whole set. I did some research, a couple variations missing, but it seemed like they were obtainable. And so I went ahead and snagged it, but that'll stay in the box until probably I get to get the house built and or have more space to put all that kind of stuff. All right, best for last, for sure. So this came from a friend. I'm hoping that one day, doesn't live super far away. I don't think his address. He's in Hayes, Virginia. I'm in Mineral, Virginia. So hopefully one day, or maybe on the weekend or something, we can meet up somewhere. Instead of shipping cars, we can grab lunch or something and exchange cars. And I have found something for him. So if he's still watching to this point, I'm sure he will, because he's probably wondering where his car is that he shipped. I have something for him that I'm gonna give him. All right, let's see here. Try not to make a mess with all this popcorn. So there's that piece of it. And I think there's that. So that big old box for just those two pieces, but I get it with the cert. Kind of tough to do. All right. You seal this up? I know. Left it as is. All right. So one of my other buddies and I are fans of these particular cars. I have one prototype, and now I have a second one, thanks to Walter. And here it is. Porsche 930 red with the Screecher wheels. So that will go up in the case next to the other one. And he does have a certificate with it. I'll do with a knife. Let's see if I can open this gently. And then see if it'll slide out that way without going all the way around. Cool. So there's a certificate from Luis, signed. But appreciate it. I know he had something else that he was looking for. He had his eyes on that he wanted more than this, and so sacrificed the Porsche. This is going into, I don't buy a lot of Protos. Most of them are Roadrunners or Superbirds, but couldn't pass that up. So there is the last of the mail calls. So that was a long video, hour long, goodness. Lots of awesome stuff. So thanks Pete, Walter, Chuck, Dave, Jason, goodness. I think I'm probably forgetting names at this point. But I got a lot of work to do to get this stuff up onto the website. Like I said, I got some stuff to build on there with the developer and send to them once we kind of get going. So I'll have some time in that. Work's going great. I think I spent 60 hours at work this week. Just kind of building some stuff for them for KPIs and whatnot. So that's been fun. And, learning, of course, what we need to have KPIs on. But I enjoy doing that stuff, making dashboards and whatnot. So, but I just want to say thanks. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're almost to 700. I think I will do something at 750 subscribers. That gets us pretty, starting to work our way up to that 1,000. So why not do an intermediate little giveaway? So when we hit 750 subscribers, we'll give away something here on YouTube. Maybe we'll try a YouTube live and give it away as well. if I can get down into the Hot Wheels room and finish up some more cleaning, we'll do a live video down there and go through a bunch of stuff. But tons of things have come in. I got lots of work to put in, and check out the website, mvphotwheels.com. Go to the locator, that's where all the cars are at. And I've got pretty much everything from 73 to 97 in there now. Working on 98, 99, kind of been working on that for a while. But I've been putting and updating pictures because I know that the guide stuff is coming. So lots of work, but definitely worth it. Looks nice once you get the right pictures in there, and I know the guide system is going to be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to get that going. But again, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. And hope you enjoyed watching this and all the awesome cars. And we got some more stuff coming in the mail, and they're just as equally awesome. So pay attention. Tomorrow is Sunday. We will do some Sunday set 'em free. My last videos did pretty good, so appreciate you guys on that. I think one of them had like 1.6 thousand views, which to me is a lot. So appreciate that. And you know, smash those like buttons. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right.